What a perfect day for baking, Mia declared, tying on her favorite blue apron. Today, we're going to make a giant strawberry cake and a mountain of chocolate muffins. From the doorway, a low rumble was heard. Did someone say, cake? Asked Barnaby the bear, his nose already twitching. Of course, Barnaby, Mia laughed. But I'll need lots of help. Just then, Squeaky the squirrel zipped into the kitchen, rolling a single, enormous chocolate chip. I brought the most important ingredient, he chattered proudly. Felix the fox and Rosie the rabbit arrived next, wearing little chef hats. We heard there was a baking adventure. Rosie said. Felix peered at the big recipe book on the counter. So many strange words, he murmured. What's sift the flour? Before any great baker begins, they must do the most important thing, Mia announced seriously. She led them to the sink. We must wash our paws. Barnaby looked at his big, furry paws doubtfully. All of this? Okay, Team Cake, let's get our ingredients, Mia said. Barnaby, you're strong. Can you get the big bag of flour? Barnaby puffed out his chest. Of course, he boomed, lifting the heavy bag with a grunt. But the bag was a little too heavy. With a whoosh and a poof, it slipped from Barnaby's paws. A cloud of white flour filled the air, covering everything and everyone in a fine white dust. After a fit of giggles and a lot of dusting, it was time for the eggs. Rosie and Squeaky, you two are gentle, Mia said. You're on egg duty. Rosie carefully carried one egg, while Squeaky tried to roll one that was bigger than his head. Now we tap them gently on the side of the bowl, Mia instructed. Rosie gave a perfect tap crack. Squeaky, however, got a running start and head-butted his egg. Crack. Egg went everywhere. Next, the sugar, Mia announced. Felix, you have a good eye for detail. Can you measure it exactly? Felix put on a pair of glasses and studied the measuring cup with great concentration. 1 cup, not a grain more, not a grain less, he said seriously. All the cake ingredients were in the big bowl. Now for the best part, said Mia, handing a giant wooden spoon to Barnaby. Mix it all together. Barnaby grabbed the spoon and began to stir with all his might. Soon, they had a smooth, creamy batter. Perfect! Mia cheered. Now, let's pour it into the cake pan. She and Barnaby carefully tipped the heavy bowl, and the batter flowed out in a thick, sweet river. One cake ready for the oven, Mia said. Now for the chocolate muffins. Squeaky's ears perked up. Chocolate, he squealed, doing a little dance. My favorite. For chocolate muffins, we need cocoa powder, Mia explained. Rosie, can you add it? Be very gentle. It's like brown dust. Rosie carefully spooned the dark, fragrant powder into a new bowl. And now, Mia said, holding up a bag, the chocolate chips. Felix's eyes lit up. I shall count them to make sure we have enough, he declared, pouring them out and starting to count with his paw. 1, 2, 3. This time, everyone got a turn to stir the chocolatey muffin batter. Squeaky stood on the edge of the bowl and used a tiny spoon. Rosie stirred carefully. Felix stirred with a thoughtful look on his face. When it was Barnaby's turn, he stirred with so much enthusiasm that a big glob of chocolate batter flew out of the bowl and landed right on his nose. He licked it off with a happy grin. Quality control, he rumbled. Mia brought out a muffin tray with colorful paper cups inside. Everyone take a spoon and fill a cup, she said. Squeaky filled his cup so full that it overflowed with chocolatey goodness. Now for the magic part, Mia said, carefully opening the hot oven door. A wave of warm air washed over them. She slid the cake pan and the muffin tray inside. The oven will do the rest of the work. While they waited, a wonderful smell filled the whole house. It smelled sweet and warm and chocolatey. Barnaby sat right in front of the oven door, sniffing the air. "Is it ready yet?" he asked every 2 minutes. Ding! The timer went off. "They're ready," Mia cheered. She put on big oven mitts and carefully took out a perfectly golden brown cake and a tray of puffy, chocolatey muffins. Everyone gasped. They were beautiful. After the cake cooled, it was time to decorate. "We need frosting and strawberries," Mia announced. Rosie carefully placed sliced strawberries in a beautiful pattern on top of the fluffy white frosting. "It needs one more thing," Squeaky chattered. He climbed to the very top of the cake and placed a single, perfect strawberry right in the center. "There," he said proudly. "A crown for our cake." At last, it was time to eat. Mia cut a big slice of cake for everyone and piled muffins onto a plate. Barnaby took a huge bite of his cake. His eyes closed and he wiggled his ears. "This is," he said with his mouth full, "the best cake in the world." Felix nibbled his muffin thoughtfully. The precise measurement of sugar was key, he noted. Rosie and Squeaky shared a muffin, chattering happily. They had all made this delicious feast together. Their tummies were full, and their hearts were happy. "Baking is even more fun than just eating," Barnaby decided with a sleepy yawn. Mia gave him a sticky hug. "It is," she agreed, "especially when I do it with my best friends."